for your hostess and hostess. She's sexy, she's hilarious. She can sing love in 18 different languages. Give it up for Leslie Lang.
Hey, San Jose Improv. Thanks for coming out to American Me Comedy. First Wednesday of every month. Am I loud enough on this? Kind of loud. Hey, cutie. What are you doing? Hi. Hey, nice to see you. Glad you came out on Ash Wednesday. I don't see any crosses on anyone's heads. Huh? I can't see all of you, though. So my mom would always say, you know, Leslie, don't tell jokes. It's not very ladylike. I'm like, come on, you know? And then around this time every year, it makes me think of her, because every time this year she would call me and say, now, Leslie, what are you going to give up for Lent this year? And every year I would answer Catholicism, which would completely make her mad. Good thing she's dead. So I lost a little weight recently, so putting on these pants is no longer a two-man operation. Thank you. But if there are two men who would like to help me take them off later, I just got these pants, and like, you know, a good pair of jeans where it just makes your butt look good, and I really thought that my butt looks like a sparkly peach in these pants. What do you think? Woo! I'm loving it. Anyway, I had a little bit of breast cancer, a little bit about me. Not that much, just about that much. And getting a diagnosis like that really makes you mean it when you say, I've really got to get something off my chest. The doctor said to me, hey, we're going to have to do a lumpectomy. We're going to have to surgically remove part of your breast. And I'm like, of course, you got to get the cancer out. Then she says, we're going to give you all this chemotherapy, and you're going to lose all your hair. And I'm like, that's all right, it'll grow back. Then she says, we're going to give you 30 doses of radiation. And I'm like, probably have superpowers or glow in the dark. Let's do it. But tell me, doctor, tell me, how skinny am I going to get during all this? Come on, huh? She said, actually, we're going to give you a bunch of steroids, and you're going to gain about 40 pounds. Fucking cancer! Anyway, I actually had a positive attitude during the process, and my doctor said that I healed quicker than most because of my positive attitude. And I said, of course, doctor. When I look at this cup, it's half full. Guys used to say to me, hey, nice rack. But now I'm more like a half rack. I want my booby back, booby back, booby back, booby back, booby back. Tell you, having two different sized breasts, you think it would stop me from doing the things I really enjoy, but no, it doesn't. I actually was in a wet t-shirt contest last weekend. I came in first and third. So I kicked cancer's ass. Thank you. I have to give some credit to all the doctors. It was a team effort. But I was left 42 fat with a lesbian haircut and 1 3/4 breasts. So I thought, you know, this would be a great time to do some online dating. You know? So I chose the name Happy Go Lucky 365. Now, guys, when they read that, they read Happy Get Lucky 365. I had to change that right away. My sister said, don't be so picky because you're not as young and skinny and fabulous as you used to be. And I'm like, well, thanks for your support, Chris. I appreciate that. The first guy who contacted me, handsome, dapper, just a really great guy. Then we're making out, and I've got my hand in his shirt, and I feel something metal on his belly button, and I'm like, what's that? And he goes, oh, that's my navel ring. Really? Do you know any men who call their belly button a navel? I mean, really, that was the first red flag. Turns out that he is bisexual. And ladies, when a man says that he's bi, what that really means is, by the way, I'm gay. I'm thinking the numbers just don't work for me. If I've got to be worried about all the other women and all the other men, I just had to break up with him. The second guy who contacted me, he described himself as BDSM, hetero flexible poly switch. I said, why don't you shorten that to IFA? I'll fuck anything. Now, because of my short haircut after the chemotherapy and stuff, a lot of women were attracted to me in kind of a, different way. And I'm just thinking, I have an open personality and I have an open aura, and so like a lot of people come up to me and I'm like, well, do you like me or do you like me? You know what I mean? So like if there was some kind of like sign or like signal, like a lesbian gang sign that could flash so I would know what they're talking about, like something like la 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 la. Then I would know what's up, right? So then I'm at this bar and this gorgeous black man comes up to me and he asked me to dance and I'm like, oh God. So I take him home because I'm a comedian and I've never been with a black man before, and I thought that might be cool. Plus my dad's a huge racist, Just would make it extra good. Anyway, he brought his CPAP machine over thinking that he was gonna spend the whole night. That's like a breathing apparatus, Anyway, the evening was fabulous. The sex was fantastic. I totally get what they're saying about not being able to go back after that, right? I look over at him and he's very dark-skinned and he's sleeping and all I can hear is I'm like, I lost my black virginity to Dark Vader. So then I saw this Indian guy, handsome Indian guy. I'd never been with an Indian guy, so I thought, market research, And it wasn't as good as with the black guy, okay? In fact, what India means for me? It means I'll never do it again. There'd be more white guys for me to date if all the Asian women weren't taking them. Yeah. Don't owe me. You know it's happening. Damn Asian gorgeous women. I don't know why they like the Asian women so much. One school of thought is that they're petite, beautiful, ageless, wrinkle-free. They're really smart. They'll do whatever you say. They'll give you a massage for $19.95. But my thought is they like the Asian women because they have tiny hands that make even an average-sized penis look big. Right? That's the truth. Okay, that's the real truth. And who do they leave behind? All those Asian men. Right? They're taking all the white guys, leaving all the Asian men. What am I supposed to do with that? To me, Asian men are the antithesis of sexy. And for those of you who are not Asian, antithesis means the opposite of. I thought, well, hey, how about if I date an older guy, So I dated a guy 10 years older than me. But the thing is that he kept saying, trying to say, cool things, to try to act young, hey, that's redonkulous, or I'm not going to kick you to the curb or anything. And so one day he's like, hey, why don't you come on over and jump up on my junk? I'm like, at your age, you don't have junk. What you have is clunk. So then a guy named Skylar contacted me. I mean, how old could he possibly be, right? We had a nice time, and we got home before his curfew, so everything was good. Everything was good. So I talked to my dad on the phone, because like I said, my mom is gone, and my dad's a huge racist, okay? And I hear all about the black people, and then I hear about the gay people and the Mexicans and blah, 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 right? And so after he says all these N-words and racial slurs, he goes, so Les, you going to church? And I said, Dad, I can't hear you. Can you please take off that hood and call me when you're not a racist? I mean, it's true. They feel like they could say anything they want, right? So do you guys know what vajazzling is? It was made popular by Jennifer Love Hewitt. They shave all the hair for the women. They shave all the girl parts down here. And then they apply and glue Swarovski crystals in a design. So kind of like my belt, but smaller. And then it's all in a design up here, which I thought that'd be kind of cool until I saw my drunk boyfriend eating and swallowing over $300 worth of Swarovski crystals. Not good, not worth it. He looked like one of those rappers with the diamond grill. Yeah. Not a good look. Not a good look at all. So I'm like trying to find some normal guys because like I'm getting all these guys that are like polyamorous and they want to like have they want to have a group in a relationship, and frankly that's too much for me to keep track of. And I'm just wondering, where are all the normal guys that just want to take you down the Hershey Highway and give you a pearl necklace? I'm still looking for them. That's naughty, okay? You didn't get that, and that's okay. That's okay. Did you guys see the full moon the other night? It was so bright, I woke up in the middle of the night and I couldn't get back to sleep. So I'm like, where's my eye mask? Where's my leather and lace eye mask? So I'm digging through my naughty drawer next to my bed, and I finally find my eye mask, and I was able to go to sleep. But I guess I didn't need the Astroglide and the ball gag after all. Now, I don't think that old people should use the internet. My 96-year-old grandma, she called me and she said, Leslie, I saw your pictures on Facelift. I don't know. I like my sex in the morning, but I'm looking for a new alarm clock, so let me know about that. I actually do have a new boyfriend. He's English. And he's really polite, and he waits on me hand and foot. He loves to cook, and I looked in his closet and it looked like the Easter Bunny threw up in it. He wears ascots every single day, you know, like those silk scarves, cravat, you know, every day, okay? Flowers or stripes or something, all this stuff, right? He's a great cook. When I say, hey, should I wear these shoes or these boots? He goes, definitely the shoes. I go, what about this dress or this dress? He goes, definitely that dress. What about these earrings? Or definitely those earrings. I mean, he's a great boyfriend. I mean, who am I to tell him that he's gay? Right? Not me. I'm not going to tell him. He's really a good boyfriend. Is that my light? Okay, thanks, handsome. So you guys, you know what a bucket list is? Things you want to do before you die? Yeah. Well, recently, things from my bucket list got moved over to my fuck it list. Always wanted to run a marathon. And I'm like, geez, it's more than 26 miles in a row, and it's going to hurt my feet and my knees, and, you know. So I moved that from my bucket list to my fuck it list. Always want to go to Africa, build a school for the kids. Then I found out you got to get all these, like, shots, and then you're in a long plane ride, and the water's not so good. There's a lot of bugs, and it's very hot there. So I moved that from my bucket list to my fuck it list. Then I was talking about a guy about my fuck it list, and he said, oh yeah, what's on it? And I said, not you. My name is Leslie Lang. Thanks for your attention. Woo! Your next comedian, he is a tall drink of milk, and he left the Bay Area. He's recently back. And he's as spicy as his name. Please give it up for the tall, the handsome, hilarious Matt Curry. And are you ready for your next comic? He has got beautiful curly hair. He's a favorite all over the Bay Area and beyond. He has a dimple that just won't stop. Please put your hands together for Sammy Obeid. Sammy Obeid. Were his dimples working overtime or what? The guy is a doll. Peter. Now, your next comedian, he performs all over the Bay Area, and he's one of my Facebook friends. Please give a warm welcome to everyone's favorite uncle, Uncle Vic. What the heck? One more time for Uncle Vic. I don't know how I feel about that nickname. It's kind of weird. The whole pedophile thing. I don't know. Anyway. Your next comedian, she's one of those women I told you about, stealing the white guys. She's absolutely gorgeous and sexy and hilarious. So sexy and hilarious. She only needs 2 letters in her name. Please put your hands together for PX. Isn't she beautiful? One more time for PX. Your next comedian, I was talking with him in the green room, and we were talking about what he was going to give up for Lent. And he said one year he tried to give up sex for Lent. And I was like, I don't think that would be really easy for you because you probably don't get a lot of opportunities. Anyway, he's cute as a bug's ear. He looks like an overdressed Amish guy with orthopedic shoes. Give it up for Frankie Robles. Frankie Robles, everyone! Frankie Robles! Woo! Okay, your next comedian. He is the creator of Stand Up Guy Productions and the producer of American Me Comedy, which is every first Wednesday of the month here at the San Jose Improv. His hair defies gravity. Please give it up for the one, the only, Jason Rogers!